on BBC News. Live from London, this is BBC News. A new resolution is set for a vote at the United Nations Security Council in an effort to bring help to civilians in Gaza. The head of Hamas arrives in Egypt for talks as pressure mounts for a pause in the fighting. Colorado's top court rules that Donald Trump cannot run for president in the state. He says he'll appeal to the US Supreme Court. UK inflation falls to 3.9%, the lowest rate in more than 2 years. And the European Union reaches a breakthrough deal on new migration rules after years of failed talks. Hello, I'm Samantha Simmonds. A very warm welcome to Verified Live. 3 hours of breaking stories and checking out the truth behind them. Hopes are rising of at least a temporary pause in the fighting in Gaza, with a series of diplomatic initiatives underway. A vote is expected on a new Security Council resolution shortly. The text, just released, calls for extended humanitarian pauses and aid corridors. The leader of Hamas, Ismail Haniyeh, has arrived in Cairo for talks on a fresh ceasefire. Israel's president has said his country is now ready for what he calls another humanitarian pause. Nearly 20,000 people are now reported to have been killed in Gaza. 1,200 people were killed and 240 taken hostage when Hamas attacked Israel on the 7th of October. Well, I mentioned the UN Security Council there. In the past hour or so, the text has been released of a draft resolution on the war in Gaza to be put to the UN Security Council in the next few hours. It's all about the wording, of course. The draft is very long, but the key section talks of extended humanitarian pauses and corridors throughout the Gaza Strip for a sufficient number of days to enable full, rapid, safe and unhindered humanitarian access. It remains to be seen if the wording is now acceptable to the United States. Well, for more on this, let's speak with our correspondent Neda Tawfiq, who is in New York at the UN. Neda, this has been delayed now for 2 days. This is the third day that a resolution the wording has tried to be agreed upon. Take us through what we understand the wording looks like and your assessment of whether or not it will be acceptable to the United States now.